Yes. They stop nonsense. So try jump fence. Time bubble.
Just another year, because you know like you are my best. I will love you above the rest. Celebrate your
Yes, get him, get him, get him, get him. You know, basically, this is how I bring you to this edition of Bid the Splash on Ebona 103.5 FM. Before I get to tell you all that is going to go on today, basically on this particular edition of Bid the Splash, let me first tell you that every day needs to be celebrated. You know, every day is a beautiful day. Every day is like a new day for us. Every day is like a happy birthday for us because, man, you don't pay to get these days, right? So every day we wake up is a good day to give glory to the Most High One who made it possible for us to see that day. So on this day, this special day, the 15th of February, 2023, you know, we give praise and worship to the Most High King of Kings and Lord of Lords, basically, for making it possible for us to see these days. So how are you doing this morning? Yes, as a matter of fact, today, 15th day of February, you know, is a very important day for us to sing a new song unto the Lord, you know. And then I say, Goya, sing a new song to the Lord. And somebody thought of, new every morning is the Lord. Hey, new every day is the Lord. Every day he makes it new. Every day he makes it wonderful. Every day he makes it possible, you know, for us to shine. So we're going to shine when we're going to shine. So how you doing this morning? I'm still the one that I call Metal and Abatagum Kitak and call Kosia. Then I bet this splash really it's time for you and I to have fun on Ebona the 103.5 FM. So where are you? Gather around, call everybody, or everybody should gather around. Let's have fun this morning. So you can as well sing new every morning is metal. Let's get it on. This morning is about time for you and I to have fun. Remember that this is the platform where we get to celebrate you. Celebrate anybody you want to celebrate. You know, anybody celebrating anniversary in your family this morning. We are here, you know, Aij Bell, Bagam, and we begin to ring it for you and celebrate you. That's what we do here. But after that, you know exactly what to do, you know, to become part of that. You can send SMS, you know, names of the person you want to celebrate on 08096661035, and then we get to celebrate them basically, you know. But before the celebration, let's have fun this morning talking about all that is going on. You have to go, come on again, when we kowa kosiade spot the mpianyarism. You have to go spot it. You're not spot, you're not okay. Mpianya 1, Mpianya 2, Mpianya 3. When you call, you tell us what you think of mpianyarism. So without further ado, let me take you to the spot, you know, to the spot where we have fun right now this morning. But we are starting off with, you know, a critical note, because today being the 15th day of February 2023 is a critical day. This is the day, you know, the Supreme Court is going to decide on the new Naira note. You know, this is the day that the court case, you know, about this new Naira note was adjourned to. The case was adjourned to today, you know. So today we get to know exactly what the court is talking about when it comes to this new Naira note. But meanwhile, we have a message from CBN now this morning saying that old Naira notes are no longer legal tender. You have to go. You and I, we have a lot to talk about this morning. So let's just venture into it and talk about it. The Central Bank of Nigeria has reportedly announced that since February 10th, 2023, the old 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes ceased to be legal tender, though the Supreme Court had issued an order which restrained the Apex Bank from going on with the February 10th deadline until rules on a case before it on the February 15th. So Central Bank of Nigeria branch controller Mbauchi Haladu Idris and others told newsmen on Monday, you know, February 13th, that the old notes ceased to be legal tender on the deadline given earlier. And last, you know, consequently, like in that story, Nimeda story, consequently, the management of the Central Bank of Nigeria decided that those customers now who, you know, still have their old bills and the rest of them can visit CBN in all the 36 states in the Federation, including Federal Capital Territory, to deposit their money, you know. So the customers has to go to the CBN portal, first fill a form in the portal. There will be a form there, you know, concerning this currency redesign and exchange. Then after filling the form, you generate a code. You either print it or you come with it in your mobile phone. You know, you get there, then you show them in your mobile phone the code. So you give them the code and the information contained therein. That is information based on the portal you went to, the form you filled, and the rest of them. So in the form, you are expected to provide all the basic information about yourself, your account details, and the amount you want to deposit. By the time you have done it correctly, you come to the CBN where the code will be accepted from you as well as the money, you know, process and confirming the genuineness or otherwise of the money to avoid receiving fake notes, because there are so many fake notes in circulation now, basically. So this is how it is going down. I'll still explain further what is expected of us. And then remember that it is birthday splash unfolding right before your before. You have to go on Ebona at the 103.5 FM, 105.2.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday just for you.
Now, remember that the process of returning your old Naira note to the Central Bank of Nigeria, you know, is a process that will take up to 4 weeks, you know, basically. So this morning, CBN is pointing out some of the things that we need to do in order to return the old money. And they are not saying that, okay, when you return it, that you'll be given a new one. It's just that the money will be credited into your account. You know, you don't give them and then you expect them to give you back, give you a new one. No, you give the old ones and then you go home. Before 4 weeks, the whole process will take place, and then you receive a lot in your account. That's the way CBN is doing this, you know. And then they started talking about some of the things that we need to do. Then they said if the validation of account turns out negative, the bank will return the deposited notes that you gave them in the first place. Then they said that There is no third-party deposit. It is not allowed. The account information provided must be that, of the depositor himself or herself. Members of the public are required to complete an online application form and then generate a reference number before coming to the CBN. Then where a customer did not pre-fill their form, he or she will be given opportunity to fill the form in the branch. So maybe if you don't know how to go about that business, then you go to the branch straight up of the CBN and they will direct you, give you all the things that you need to do. And the cash deposit windows is open to the public from February 15th to 17th 2023, between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. That's how CBN is saying it. And then the requirements, again, let me go through the requirements again. Reference code generated from completed online application form filled on CBN portal. And then an active deposit money bank account. For example, Access, Zenith, GTB, Keystone, the rest of them, the Nigerian banks, the kind of account, that kind of account. Then a bank verification number, BVN, and then a valid federal government issued identity card, NIN, driver's license, voter's card, international passport. Any of these, could work with this. So this is how it is going down, and we just need to keep you informed, because when you are not informed, you are deformed, and we cannot be here. Everyone at the 103.5 FM, and you'll be deformed. It's not possible. We are here to inform you. So be informed. This morning, birthday splash unfolding. Before your before, this morning, oh my God, metal, yeah, my people. Okay, ladies and mental gen, basically, before we get it on, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that's what it is, it's of course, and it's not also course, but it is ladies and mental or gentlemen, basically. That's how it is unfolding this morning. Before we begin to tell you what people are offering us this morning when it comes to the presidential race that is about to happen, the presidential election that is about to go down, a lot of people are beginning to offer some things in case if this candidate wins and that candidate wins. Let me tell you what CBN said about the POS agents charging above 200 naira. What will happen to them? They said they will be jailed. POS agents charging above 200 naira will be jailed. That's what Central Bank of Nigeria is saying this morning. Now, this is how it happened. The governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has threatened to jail point of sale agents charging about 200 naira for the Central Bank of Nigeria cash swap program. He said such agents will be arrested and jailed when caught. Emefiele made this known on Tuesday during a visit to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to discuss the monetary and currency redesign policy of the bank. He said the situation is substantially calming down since the commencement of over-the-counter payments to complement ATM disbursement and the use of super agents. There is therefore no need to consider any shift from the deadline of February 10. And then he said, in the light of hardships caused by disruption to trade and payments due to the shortage of new banknotes available to the public, in spite of measures introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria to mitigate the challenges in the banknote swap process, the IMF encourages the CBN to consider extending the deadline should problems persist in the next few days leading up to the February 10th, 2023. But all of this is still going on, and Emefiele is telling us that any POS agent charging above 200 naira will be jailed. That's what it is saying this morning. So, before you cover alcohol, he is working in the first place. So, you better tell the story the best way. Do the needful. Emekwana beyond you, because naturally go this time and ufuaka like akagnaba ufuaka in the rest of the whole story. So kai call of mako yesiko where in this case now enwekwa situation whereby na ana asisi okay na onye obale wepuli anya na obagolonia ada ewepukwa anya na nke a CBN nwete gi aka na abụ ahụ mmadụ ufuaka. So let me bring you to the fun part now. A situation whereby, we saw somebody, a blogger, Ayamama Tunde Ednot. He promised to throw a party in Nigeria and foot the bills if P2B wins the general election. Then, all of these Lagos big babes and the rest of them began to say, nah, because if maybe this person can make this kind of promise, let me make promise of something I can do too. When my pony, I say, in fact, now I can free ije n'ọnwa ma ọ bụrụ na Peter Obi win ya nọ free ka a ga-enye ije n'ọnwa to ụmụ nwoke na around the lucky enough or si no if ọ ga-offer. But anyhow, ebe ọ bụ na free ije n'ọnwa, I don't think we are interested basically because na ịchọgoro ka election gagodo ọfụma and basically iwere ije n'ọnwa bata in this matter inwe ike imebila ife anyị na-elo basically and the rest of them. But anyhow, ka ezipụ ilo. When you call, you tell us what you think. Do you think that this Ijenanwa will, prompt some people to go and vote, basically? If you know, you know. When you call, now, this morning, actress Eukaria Anunobi, the woman that is considered an evangelist these days, basically, a couple of days back, like when she was talking, like most of the things she said last year, basically, we kept looking at them like, nah, they show evangelist, because there's difference between evangelist and evangelist. So anyhow, the thing is, she, as an evangelist, is telling us this morning, that Valentine's Day, is not for single people, that it is for married couples. So whenever they are talking about Valentine's Day, it is not meant for you. And she's saying, do not be a deceiver and do not be the one that they would deceive. You should know that February 14th Ras Matters is not meant for you if you are single. So as in a lot of single people get involved in something they call marathon ijenonwa and drinking and urge them, to awake from the descent, and behave like heavenly candidates, and stop behaving like hellish candidates. Basically, now I'm now talking like an evangelist. Basically, if you hear, if you know, you know. That's how it is unfolding this morning. And she's saying a whole lot of things that we need to learn from. It is unfolding. So at the same time, she said, she said a whole lot of things, but I'll begin to break it down. She said, hear me, you have no business engaging in Valentine if you are not legally married. History states that Saint Valentine is a priest that helped to join a man and a woman. Hear me clearly. I said a man and a woman, not a man and a man or a woman and a woman. She called some people some kind of name that I can't even mention here. But anyhow, I'll continue saying what she said. She said he helped to join a man and a woman who were and are in love in holy matrimony legally, as against the law of this time that was stopping intending couples from getting married or getting wedded. So stop and awake from your slumber before your destiny is destroyed on the ties of Delilah like Samson. And then she said stuff like, you know, as it be for you, she said some things that, no, and I can't tell you those things she said to you. But anyhow, just know that she's telling single people that you don't have any business in Valentine, And this is the same lady that said to us last year that before you get involved in marriages and the rest of them, that you need to test the waters. Now, what are you now saying again? Are you telling the people that they are testing the waters on Valentine that they should not test it in the first place? So if you're this morning, but when you call, my people, you call like this, evangelist, Eukaria Anunobi, and young Vokwana Janisi. So one of my mates, that I came back from the States, sometimes I touch Nasarawa State, Lagos State, then I then come back to Anambra State, Maloko Siade. So in this state, that they came back from the States. Yes, me too. I came back from the States. I went to Abuja. I went to Lagos. There are states in Nigeria. So we came back from the States. So anyhow, this is my brother that came back from the States, the real States. He came back from United States of America. Or the policemen. We are trying to get money from Okada people. On our watch, the first one got another ego. The second one I got for this guy say, what is this? What the heck is this, man? This is not how we behave back in the States, man. The problem. Yes, that's not how we behave back in Lagos State. My brother. But anyhow, it is unfolding. And the guy went to them And this thing was happening in Oyo State. And he said, man, this is not how you do this, man. Back in the state, this is not how we behave. Who gave you the authority, to collect this money from those people? The policeman said, Oga K4, K4, I am on Bazagimbo, but yet the guy continued, no, this is not proper. And on your card, the guy, yes, Ompa, Tem, Yotago, Rau, Mankana, Pew, and the rest of them, or Bulumbucho, which I say, Oga, on Guapuloku, Kazom. But at the end of the day, you know, you on your kada bumade talk, Nayabokada. But over here, the man, here the man, he were all right to stop these people and be collecting money from them. I told the brother, tell them, that's how we behave back in the States, Nasarawa State, of course. Now, in Borno State, the police in Borno State is telling us that they captured 29 members of cultists, of occultic groups for terrorism, murder. So a whole lot is going on there. As in a state, in a town called Ibayongo, local government of Benue State, as in a court war in the area. So while they were engaging the rival courts and the rest of them, they killed a 16-year-old boy, And then the president of the youth in the area went there when he heard the report that something like this was going on. And when he got there, he saw these people singing songs of their cult and chanting, boasting, counting even the 16-year-old boy as one of their scores or one of the things they got, I don't know. And the guy was angry. He contacted the police. He said first that the offense contravenes provisions of sections 97 and 222 of the Penal Code laws of Benue. And then he continued and says that 2004, 4, subsection 2, and 1, subsection 2 of the abduction, hostage taking, kidnapping, secret cult, and similar activities prohibition law of Benue 2017. Now, the boy, the guy called the police, and the next thing, they arrested 29 members of cult group and black ass, red skin confraternities. That's the thing. We had confraternity. Some young people are not of tonanti. I am one confraternity by a police and that confraternity is the confraternity of Ifa Jesus. It's okay, you come and join me. I'll tell you how. The confraternity of Infant Jesus, and we don't touch anybody. My brother, I already make terrorism membership of unlawful society, and this is lawful society. Confraternity of Infant Jesus. That's the case. Now, this is a straight-up warning, not just to politicians, but to individuals who always just had it all ahead. The DSS arrested, they called Fani Kayode for interrogation, and they drilled him for over 5 to 6 hours, And in the process, it is because of what he said about maybe some presidential candidate. He accused the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku, and he said that he was plotting to carry out a coup with the military. So then they called him to order. This is not something you just talk about anyhow. I can remember vividly back in the days when Chinua Achebe wrote a book that described some things. It was just a book, and then that was the moment when Kaduna Nzogu, took his steps and the rest of them. So in the process, Chinua Achebe don't know Kaduna Nzogu from anywhere, but because of the book he wrote, he was invited as well to explain the book, because the book looked like sort of a prophecy that was already coming to pass immediately. Then he went there to explain his involvement. He explained that it's just a book. I wrote a book. I didn't know all of these things. It was imaginary, it was just a fiction, basically. The letter, basically. And then he explained all of these things. But now, in the case of Fani Kayode, this kind of allegation, Q and the rest of them. But he came out. Fani Kayode came out and said he is wrong. It's very good for him to admit that he is wrong in his utterances. And then at the same time, the DSS is now giving a serious warning to politicians you know, that you should be very careful of what you say and the rest of them. In the process of politicking and the rest of them, and cause it, and and the rest of them, they claim so many things that is not even there. And then because they made a mistake and the rest of them. Yet, DSS is still going to drill him today again because the investigation continues. So this is also a lesson to anybody or I say anyhow, when you call, the call like is a hot and car.
The years may come and the years may go, but that won't change where we already know.
Now somebody is beginning to, you know, explain some things that he too don't even understand. But in one way or the other, there is sense in what he's trying to say. He said the word that Odala or Odara. Is that what you're saying? Odala. You know, that's the stuff. Yoruba calls it Abalomo, you know, and then he's trying to say that it is a very sweet kind of fruit that you take from time to time, but if you don't go closer to the tree where it is falling off from, that you won't get the good taste out of it. He's trying to say that, you know, being somebody who lives in Lagos, that you can buy this kind of fruits now in Ijesha bus stop, Celeb bus stop, you know, Ejibo, Akoka, Bega. Me, I know that you can also get it in some places like Aboju as well and the rest of them. But he is also trying to tell us that in all of these things that you can't get sweet ones in that area. And then he continued explaining. He said if you then move on, you know, move out of mainland and Victoria Island, you are going to get sautés and the rest of them. So people thought he was talking about the fruit, Odala. But at the time, he was trying to describe Lagos women. You know, he's trying to say that 90% of city women, not just Lagos, 90% of city women are nothing but, you know, that kind of Odala that you open and then you see maggot inside. That's what he's trying to say. I don't know if this is right, but that is what this brother is telling us. And he said that if you really want to get Odala where you don't find maggot inside, you have to go to the village. You know, Then, bros, I don't know the last time you have been to the village, but I would like you also to report to the village and stay there and tell us how the kind of Odala you have found around there. But anyhow, when you called this morning, you could tell me this brother he said one way to know the one that tastes nice is by actually opening it and testing it. Or the you know, evangelist, Eucharia, I don't know, last year. But this year, on the single, remove your hand from, you know, sexual immorality is all in the name of Valentine. You know, maybe no one or two things basically before whether because basically even if study already that is saying that people who always engage in illicit sex and the rest of them is always clouded. Their mind is always clouded with that feeling and the rest of them. So sometimes they don't have good judgment. That's what the study said. And I think that's the reason why most of these things is coming out to explain one or two things for us, basically. And then you now say, okay, your success of getting a sweet one is if you go to the village, you know, and then wake up by 5 o'clock a.m. and go and pick it where it fell on its own. So in other words, he's trying to say that if you truly want to get a good woman, you go to the village. Do you agree with this, our brother? When you called this morning, he called like easy, we're hotter. If a medium Sunday is saying this morning. Yes, in the process, NMS, CBN, and ACOA, now this 10th of February remains affordable, basically, to pass away no deadline for the old Naira notes, you know, to cease from being a legal tender. Till I am a Supreme Court to put attack, I will at the bottom, basically, till now, or if a papu Kaganeso, really Kahasi Wekuya. And then Ogun fish sellers, Bar Street is in Banahepolo, you know, they began to protest about some of these things and the kind of sufferings they've been going through and the rest of them. So I think one of the things they are calling for is a situation whereby if you say that, okay, the old ones are no more there, you make the new ones available for people to access. That's the like what this protest is trying to say, you know, basically. And then Mrs. Rashidat Oyebola said, we have tried all that we could, but to no avail. That is why we have decided to go around today to explain our plight to Nigerians so that CBN governor can have mercy on us. You know, then one day na follow on call. You have to go. no otu o si dị even ka ha nọ ebe a na-achọ ịkọ ọrụ na ndị ọzọ nọkwanụ na apapa nwa afụrụ onye akọrọ and then even ịkọsịala mmadụ nke ya nyanwa akọbalụ gị nke ya ka ya si wee fịa but anyhow mgbe ị kpọziri anyị this morning ị kọọla anyị nke gị ka isi wee ghọta ya mana nke a na-akọlụ gị kịta bụ nke ndị Ogun steeti kọọla anyị so when you call you tell us what you think of that ị kọọla anyị. Well, one man, the prosecution that went on, Nisi, this man. In the process, the prosecutor said to the man that he has proven that the ingredients of offense against moral bankrupt defendants, that is, this person, or the morally bankrupt. Na abịazie na bank gị na-enwezi anything moral dị n'ime ya oifọbụ na-enwe ike na-efil sige with ife dị defied, ife dị immoral, a whole lot of things, and this thing is happening to this man that is a cleric, a pastor for that matter, a 51-year-old pastor. On Tuesday, a double life imprisonment for defiling and impregnating two biological sisters in a church complex. Now, these biological sisters, the jail terms was slammed on the convicted cleric by an Ikeja Sexual Offenses and Domestic Violence Court, presided over by Justice Abiola Soladoye, who specifically jailed the pastor for impregnating a 13-year-old and a 17-year-old, both of whom have been delivered of babies already. Hi, pastor. Now, wow, this is like one of those Ivuajanisi. That's how I'm looking at it. If we have to describe you like this, on there, Ivuajanisi. They said on several occasions, one of the survivors went back to the parents to complain about the conduct of the defendant. She was beaten and sent back to the defendant's home. You might go that kind of trust and when even the pastor no. I say yes, Pojele pastor, Kokuzile pastor, Luaba, Neme to Omaka Japa complain, no parents passing over or Maka pastor Kena wasn't can believe when a pastor may defy my pastor. You must be young pastor. But at the end of the day, check your for Papa for no if Wajanisi Konya Abu, I'm not an evangelist. When you call this morning, you call like this, will hot this attitude from this Ivuajanisi. Now, meanwhile, this one is coming on a sad note, on the sad note in the sense that we've talked about it here. The South African rapper, aka, the date for his burial has been released. His family came out to say that on the 18th of February, they will have a private provincial funeral on that Saturday to bury their own son, and then they thanked everybody that is supporting them, and basically they are just very happy that some, like all his fans, are supporting them very much. And then they had planned a memorial details, for date Friday, 17th of February, 2023, for everybody to be involved, both his fans, but on the 18th of Saturday, February 2023, they will have a private funeral for their son, to bury him, basically. And then we asked the good Lord to give them the fortitude to bear their loss, That's what it is, basically. But the fun continues. I'll keep telling you about all of it. Anyway, Nkengeju emechili ga akwụkwọ yọtago ka iwee kpọọ wee gwa anyị ka o si adịrị gị this morning bụ a man asị ya bịa ka o kirie kirikiri prison ya akpọ mmadụ si come and see, come and look at kirikiri. It is kirikiri prison. Yọtago ka ihe ji wee gwa this man ife a no, he is now in kirikiri for defiling his 3 daughters and assaulting their mother n'elu ya. He defiled 3 and ekwu ya aka n'elu ya. Yọtago tie madam ife n'elu ya. And now I say oga come and look at Kirikiri Correctional Center. Yọtago kirie nwa bele ka we malụ ka o si adịrị this morning. So it happened that this man allegedly defied his 3 daughters, all under 10 years, and then assaulted their mother. The resident of Onipanu in Ilepaju area of Lagos State was, this where the man was arrested. And then the prosecution counsel, DSP Kehinde Ajayi, told the court that Afolabi committed the offense in December 2022. After the mother of the victims, aged 9, 8, and 5, learned about the defilement, she confronted her husband, who got angry and then assaulted the woman. Okay, anyway, the magistrate, Miss Ejiro Kubije, did not take Afolabi's plea. She directed the police to send the case file to the State Director of Public Prosecution for legal advices. This man, so his case has been adjourned till March 7th. That day, basically, and that's how I look at it, basically. So this is how it is unfolding this morning. It's about time for me to now, give you that opportunity to come in. Most of the things I need this morning. Anybody you want to celebrate? 08096661035. No, October session. How are you doing this morning? Hello? Yeah, good morning. Hello? Hello? I don't come off my after gonna be said by my brother. Hello? I'm man who Gabani, my brother. After gonna be said boy. Okay, Gabani Rusa.
Manaka itu harga manaka dia
200 naira.
200 naira ya dibo na okwu ha na atụ n'anya abụ na ekwusi ta ma eme ya ọ bụrụ ya na-eme nke ekwuru ya eme ya nke ọ bụ ekwuru eme ya ọ bụ ebe ga n'ọgụgụ kwuo okwu mmadụ kọrọ nwanne ya ma onye ọba ya na a na-edebe iwu mana ihe na-eme Naijiria bụ nkwuta ọ bụ na emenụ ya mana ka ọ dịrị anyị mma ọzọ bụ onye na-ekwu maka free ije n'ọnwa ka m na-atụ dịkọ ibe ihe a na-akpọtụ
onye bịa onye ekwu nke ya mkpa
onye nkwekwu
amakuchiara
nwanne m onye nkwekwu amaghị uche ya
ife ọ bụ ka m na-agwa gị labalaba ka onye anọ
ndị na-eme maka ego
asị m na labalaba ka ọ nọ gaba n'iru asị m na labalaba ka ọ nọ gaba n'iru labalaba labalaba
ndị na-eme ngagharị iwe maka ego enwekwa ka ntị kwunye ya n'ukwu maka na ihe a dị mmadụ na-ejizi na ife dịka n'ihe mụma anyị debere onye ọba gụọ na-egbu onye ya ihe ndị na-ekwu ya bụ ndị na-achịkwa na iwere uche ha were uche maka ihe gbata ọkpụkpọ anyị edibe na-afọ eju n'ọgwanụ mmadụ ka ya na ibi a na-eme ya ha mere na ebere hapụ na-eso ego bụ akwụkwọ ọpụtakwanụ ya maka iji anaghị ozu ọgwụ
hello I'm an take it away, continue. Hello. Oh, network. Gabaniru. Oh. Network na-emekwa gị network na-edisturb gị maka kpọchi ya kwazie ka iwe kwuwekwazie daalụ for following us this morning. Thank you so much. Yes, it is still birthday splash on Ebona 103.5 FM. Basically, let's celebrate this morning. Let's celebrate you. Don't you deserve to be celebrated? I want to celebrate you. So call the number 08096661035. And then you become part of this conversation. Even a situation whereby somebody, one of my fellow, the states were torn down. When I was the police, this is not how we do it in the States. Hello, let's hear from you. Professor of the finishing touches, the faculty. Hello. Professor, okay. As a phenomenon on a network, I run a finishing touches faculty this morning. I don't know. Hello, Professor. Hi, network. Please, Professor, call back 08096661035. Let's have fun this morning. It's about time. It's long overdue. Why can't we just have this fun? This morning we are talking about a whole lot of things. Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yes, my sister, kek ime.
Hello, Martin.
Yes, my sister, kek ime. Afọ gị na-ebe isi akpa nwanne m nwaanyị. Ọ nọ ọfụma. Okay, gaba n'iru nne m. Before I am afia celebration galore. Kedu kwa na afia nne m? Celebration galore. Kedu kwa na afia nne m? Hey, ọmalịcha afa Chukwu na-anụlụ m ọgụ. Ngwa nke kwa na-ekpeli inwe n'isi Chukwu na-anụlụ m ọgụ taa. Amen. 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 Yes. Okay. Onwe dị nne ka no help. The right person this time was it? You know, okay, that ring them up like this morning. Thank you so much. Nwunye ya ka o tikwazi efe ka nwunye eji ejozi aka ezi ihe iji wee mee ihe dị otu a o tibekwazie nwunye efe n'elu ya ịghọta ọ bụ onwe ndị asị nwe moral bankrupt na ha enwezi anything n'ime bank fadị na ya moral bank fa na onwezi fedị dị ya. So that's the case of this man. Yotago, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Hello, thank you. Yes, it is still birthday splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. In Ezianya, this man and Muhammad Ali say that he's fly like a butterfly and stings like a bee, and he stings like a bee. But this man, he's fly like a butterfly and he stinks like a bee. So let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and location, please.
My name is Prince from Obudu.
Oh, from Obuduku? Ogidi. Okay, please take it away, Prince.
I want to apologize about my woman's birthday.
How? Not a small thing. Her name, please.
Precious Emerson.
Hi, aware. Keep on telling when you see that. Amen. 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 And yes, well, okay, Gabaniru.
I don't know what more. Yeah.
Okay.
Always be mom because otherwise somebody in my when I can only do the leader. Over my road, the leader, the demand part, and I do great stuff.
The deliverance na kiri ka ga-emezi maka asị gị ya bịa ka kiri ka o si adị. Ọ ha gwara. So onwe dị okay na aga n'ihu.
People now complain about this year. That's what this people now they
okay.
My father to now the price and the money and I collect from this Because don't one proverb is like how bread is better than man. Therefore, this is the not any harvest. So when you have to hang around, I can find a little army to go to the while I have to be called. So Nigeria, I'm not the Nigeria now. Not a speaker,
oh, yeah, man, I say na half bread is better than pombe. Man, anyhow, can he when you come a Valentine? Yeah, I say na no bolo for single people, not for under the married. You could any
Singapore for single people for me,
okay.
But the way people make for this I have some people to love for married people. Usually the married people first, and then make out another. When a day Valentine separate people, both single, you can love your fellow human being, whether married or not.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Daru Rinne, my brother. Thank you. Yes, it is still birthday splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I'm in the mood of celebration, so let me celebrate you this morning. 08096661035. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
good morning.
Good morning, my sister. Take you, man.
I
know of Mao. One.
I do one Mao. I'm not going to be there. But what is it? Thank you. I want to talk on the piano and a brown camera. This man, not back to Omar's guy, talk on the other day. I'm not the whole family defense now. What I do, I'm not political. I'm not the first thing the idea. I'm a little more than calm while. Yeah, no one to start listening. The day black go on our way to this man, if you want. I don't see you.
Okay, I'm going to so we contribute being that now we come out take one year for see much yaka.
Yes, I want to be a man of God, and I just a man of God.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't have this now. Then always you say, I to that extent.
Okay. Okay. Okay, before gaba tila ya ọnụ na nke asị na Valentine abụrụ maka ndị dị single, not for ndị dị legally married. Ka ihe nwe ikwu na nke a. Okay. 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 Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Darin, yes. It's 5 FM, and in other words, just the way Muhammad told Muslims that there is lesser Hajj and there is, bigger Hajj. So in other words, there is lesser Valentine and there is bigger Valentine. I will explain further after listening to this person. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm cool.
Yes, your name and location, please.
My name is Peter.
Okay, please take it away.
I think I'm thinking outside of the man that producing Jewish child. And the man is what you see is very terrible.
Yes.
And the that thing is just like the need authority Abumon.
Yes.
Which is over than a family because those children are continuing that thing. If you learn that thing, you're able to in that family. And the instead of the other parents, those people are very fire a lot.
Okay.
And it was an agreement here. People are in a business, you're not a That yes, they go. We can use the money. How we do it? That you do. And if I take it, they go for this moment. They can't be making the money.
Okay.
So for guys, you might have one guy have a problem. Have a problem. Have a problem. You say go. You see me here. You can do it. I'm telling my head. So it's not about how we go. We go. No one has to carry that. So how is it? Other than I'm not going to I'm not going to now. Things that are from the time.
Okay.
I'm told you about the Aquana encouragement, how to help me out from them. Look up from them. I don't like to say, I want one else to do. From them, I can go in and from them. So I went to the general down. I feel it's in one of a good funny job and I'm wearing it. How many years I am I say that? I'm not already coming with that in the 2000.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, it is still Birthday Splash on Ebona at 103.5 FM, and we are here to celebrate you. You know, we have a whole lot to look into. I said the lesser Valentine and then the higher Valentine. You know, the lesser Valentine is that one you do with your loved ones, like you do with the girl you love or the guy you love. But the higher one is when you reach out to people who need that help. You know, the less privileged ones, people who are in motherless baby soon. Those are the people you do the real Valentine with. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, welcome back. Gabani Rusa.
every day, yeah, behind a corner, so I don't know, Valentine. Oh, yes, I did.
Valentine bụ a scent na-enyelụ ndị mmadụ aka mgbe ọ nwụzi eji maka na ọ na-alọvụ ndị mmadụ nri nne na help onye gasị ndị mmadụ gazie that day Valentine's Day or a person ajụjụ mbụ na one of the things St. Valentine mere because na priest ka ọ bụ na ọ na-help single people na-enwere ego pa ya eji wee nụ nwaanyị na-eme nyelụfa aka ka ha nụ nwuo nwaanyị and you know baa na marriage so maybe because of that ka eji wee na-enejezili anya from the perspective okay ndị dị married ka ha so okwu na celebrate ife a St. Valentine mere fa ka ha dị in union of marriage. Okay. Maka nkọwakwana gị ka isi ebe a pụta ka ịkọwakwaziala anyị ka isi ọtakwana ya last ọ nkata ka anyị na-akpa my brother ya anụwabe n'ọgụ na ya na-anụkwa n'ọgụ ọ bụ ịkọwa gị ka o si kọwatakwa ya kịta so enwekwa ọda things anyị kwuru onwe onye si US wee bata wee fụ ndị polisi ka ha na-analụ ndị ọkada ego wee jesi ya na ọ bụla otu a ka esi eme o metekwala ya ka na o metele ya my brother ndị polisi na-analụ ndị ọkada ego ofu onye si Amerịka bata wee je correct ya fa na Ọyọ steeti ka ife a na-eme na sịfa mba na ọ bụrụ otu a ka esi eme sị kwụsị ha ka inwe ikwu na nke a ka anyị wee mechizie last
onye ahụ isi ike si bata ọbịa agba ndị anọbụrụ ka esi eme ihe o mere dị mma n'ọnụ ọma na obodo a ọ ga-abụ onye jee anya na-eti ntị obiri isi etinye ichigo soro obibi ihe like romans mana onye iwu ha n'ọkpeiza ya ga na n'ụzọ kwụ ọtọ onye enuhụ merie rụrụ ọrụ ka otu kwesị kama na ọ bụrụ uche ya dị ya ọ ga-anọ n'ala ọ ga-egwu ọrịa hụnata ala ka ọ ha ka obodo ya si ebi maka anyị si ebi ite na ụwa si ebi anyị si ebi abụrụkwanye adịghị ka mma mana ọ bụzi onye eji maka mmiri si n'isi wee gbalị
thank you so much Thank you so much. I am an idiot. I am an idiot on a very good day. Darren, thank you so much for. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, it is birthday splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM, and on that fun, on that laughter, on that smile, you know, on that happiness, in that, like, that is what I'm leaving you with this morning. Continue to be happy. Don't be gruesome. Don't be angry at what is going on. We will all move. We will all survive. You know, we shall overcome. Don't you understand? We shall overcome. You have to go ahead. Basically, that's how it is. But remember that it is birthday splash. It just unfolded on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. And you know, so tune in. So look why in fan really Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM, because a whole lot is coming your way very soon. You have to go check out. Basically. Ebona, the 103.5 FM is 24/7, baby. Don't touch this. Oh, more kind of metal. I'll see you tomorrow.